Good afternoon, guys. How are you doing today? Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Jordi. Do you remember the homework, the reading about the dodos? Did you do it? Raise your hand if you did it. Mr. Jordi. Hello, Mr.
No he
Mario.
visto la clase.
No ha visto la clase.
No he visto la...
Media, dice ahí Miss Tania. Did you do the homework, Mr. Osmin?
Good afternoon, teacher.
Good afternoon.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so you're going to help me. That's great. So let me share that information, guys. So there you have the number one. It says, which statement is false? A, B, C, or D? Which could be the answer here, Mr. Rosmin? Which one do you choose?
And for me, is which the statement is false is letter D.
Letter D.
Marius,
Okay, continue.
letter D. The answer, the question two, for me is letter B.
B or B?
Letter B.
Yes, letter B. That's letter B, Mr. Osmin and Mr. Jordi. That's great. So, that is letter B, right? Mauritius is off the coast of Rhode Island, right? Excellent. Number two, which bird is an ancestor of the dodo? The penguin, the pigeon, the ostrich, or the turkey? Which could be that one? A, B, C, or D? Which could be the answer for that one? Letter B says Miss Tanya and Mr. Jordan. Letter A, the penguin. No, that is letter B, the pigeon, right? Okay, good. 3. Which best explains why dodos lost the ability to fly? The forest was so dense in Mauritius that birds couldn't fly. Dodo winds adapted to swimming like penguins, or the dodos had no predators on Mauritius. Mauritius was too windy and flying there was dangerous. So which could be the answer for that one? A, B, C, or D? Miss Tanya says letter C, Mr. Jordi letter C. Okay, that's good. That's letter C. That is the answer, right? The dodos had no predators on Mauritius, right? Number 4. Which best describes the author's purpose in writing the 4th paragraph? A, B, C, or D? Which could be the answer for that one? Letter D says Miss Tanya. Which could be the answer for that one, Mr. Osmin? A, B, C, or D?
And the question 4.
Yes, number 4.
Okay, and is letter A.
Letter 8. Excellent, Mr. Osmin. That is letter 8. Yes, Mr. Jordi, that's letter 8. Okay. 5. Which event happened last? A, B, C, or D? Which would be that one? Which event happened last? The Dutch brought mammals to Mauritius. A sailor had the last recorded encounter with a dodo. The Dutch abandoned Mauritius. Or the concept of human-induced extinction was proven. Which is Oh, which event happened last? Yeah? A, B, C, D. Which could be? Letter C, Mr. Jordi? No. Which could be that one? You know the answer, Mr. Osmin? D.
Yes, teacher.
Nice. Letter D. Yes. The concept of human-induced extinction was proven. That's great. 6. Which was not a factor in the extinction of the dodo? A, B, C, or D? Which could be the answer there? A, B, C, D, right? Which could be? Thelma, Jeffrey, Justin, letter C, letter B, letter C, Mr. No letter C, Mr. Mario. Letter B, yes. Yes, that's letter B, right. Cats and rats ate the dodo's eggs. That's great. Excellent. Let's see 7. How did people feel about the extinction of the dodo when it happened? Many people were really upset. Animal protection groups were formed. Most people didn't notice or care. And governments started preserving wildlife. Which could be that one? Which could be the answer for that one? A, B, letter C, Miss Tanya? Okay, that's good. That's letter C, yes. Most people didn't notice or care. They don't care about that. That happened. 8. There you go.
Okay.
Yes, no le importó. Yes, Mr. Osmin. So, they don't care. That's horrible, but anyway, okay. Which event happened first? Humans discovered the island of Mauritius. The Dutch colonists left Mauritius. The last recorded encounter with a dodo occurred. Or a study of the dodo helped prove the concept of extinction. Which would be the answer for that one? Letter A, says Mr. Jordi, Miss Tania. Okay. Let's see if that's, yeah, letter A. That's good. That's the answer, right? Oh my God, what's happening here? Okay, letter A, right? Humans discovered the island of Mauritius. Nice. 9. Don't worry, Mr. Herson, that's okay. So, 9. Which statement is true based on the information from the text? A, B, C, or letter D? Which could be the answer for number 9? A, B, C, or D? Which could be the answer, guys? Letter C, Mr. Jordi. Letter D, Miss Tanya. Okay, that's letter C. Yes, Mr. Jordi, that's good. The case of the dodo helped to prove the idea of extinction. Nice. And the last question, with which statement would the author most likely agree? Nature always bounces back no matter how much damage we caused. Our actions can have severe unintended effects on the environment. We should not explore the planet because it is too dangerous, or it is arrogant to think that humans can permanently change the planet. A, B, C, or D? Which could be the answer for the last one?
For me, teacher,
Yes, Mr.
letter B, or the action can have several Depende del effect on the environment.
Excellent, Mr. Osmin. That's great. That's letter B, right? Perfect. Very good. Thank you. That's great. So, guys, try to do your homework. In that way, you can practice, right? So, no, Mr. Okay, this is a new topic for you guys. So, zero conditionals. Let's start with this topic, guys, right now. Conditionals. First, we're going to know what is the conditional. So, Mr. Herson, can you please read that?
A conditional sentence on the word if there are always two parts to a conditional sentence. One part beginning with if to describe a possible situation, and the second part which describes the sequence.
Okay, nice. Thank you, Mr. Mario. So that is a conditional. It's based on the word if. There are always two parts to a conditional sentence. One part begins with the if conditional that describes a possible situation, and the second part will describe the consequence. That will be like the main clause, right? We're going to have the if clause and also the main clause, right? So, for example, if it rains, we'll get wet, right? So in that case, we have an example of a conditional. That is not the first conditional, but this is just an example, right? So if it rains, that is like the if clause, then we're going to have we'll get wet. The consequence, or in that case, that will be like the main clause, right? So now we can also invert the two parts of a conditional sentence so that the if part comes second, and this is especially common in questions, right? También nosotros podemos hacer como ese cambio, podemos colocar la if conditional o la if clause al final y colocar la main clause al inicio. También podemos hacer eso, ya les voy a explicar cómo. For example, what will you do if you miss the train? This is an example, right? What will you do if you missed the train? If you notice here, you have first like the main clause, will you do, right? What will you do? Then we have the if clause here at the end, right? So, what will you do if you miss the train? Or how can you finish the project if you don't have a computer? Also, we can make this kind of change, right? With the questions. So first, how can you finish the project? Then the if clause, if you don't have a computer, right? So it says, we can invert the two parts of conditionals, right? Especially in questions, right? Another one, what happens if the students don't pass an exam? That's another one, right? So what happens then if the student don't pass the exam? The if conditional there. So there are 4 types of conditional sentences. The zero conditional, that is the one that we're going to study today, right? We have also the second conditional, or the first conditional, that is first, right? The second conditional and the third conditional. We're going to study all of those conditionals, right? But first, we're going to start with the zero conditional. conditional. Vamos a estudiar esas 4 tipos de condicionales, ¿verdad? Pero nosotros este día vamos a zero conditional, ¿ok? So, zero conditional. Zero conditionals are used for facts that are generally true and do not change. It refers to a general situation that always happened. For example, in the rules of a game, if a condition is met, that condition always has the same result. Right? When we talk about a general situation, right? Like the rules of the game, we're going to use the zero conditional, right? So, the zero conditional uses the present simple in the if clause and in the main clause. Algo muy importante que ustedes deben de tener en cuenta con la zero conditional es que ambas, tanto la main clause como la if clause, van a ser o van a llevar el presente simple. Ese será el tiempo que ustedes van a utilizar, tanto en la main clause como en la if clause. Zero conditionals are also known as type zero conditional, general truth, general rule. También ustedes en libros o en algún sitio web también pueden encontrar que a la zero conditional lo podemos llamar también type zero conditional. That is also the same, right? And we're going to use it for general truth or general rule, right? Example, if plus condition, comma, and result. If you leave ice in the sun, comma, it melts. So there you have a zero conditional example. First, you have there the if clause, right? The if word in the subject, the verb in simple present, right? Complement and comma. Then you're going to have the main clause, it melts, right? Also, you have here the subject and the verb in simple present, right? The condition is if you leave ice in the sun, right? This is an if clause because it begins with if, you know that, right? So the result is the ice melts, but to avoid repeating the word ice, we use the pronoun it. So we say it melts, right? Bien, aquí tenemos la estructura. Primero, la if word, ¿verdad? Sujeto, verbo en presente simple, complemento. Esta sería, en todo caso, la if clause. Luego, tenemos el resultado de esta acción. It melts, que sería la main clause. It melts, o el resultado de esa acción. Igual acá les dice que si ustedes quieren evitar repetir lo mismo, escribir the ice de nuevo, ¿verdad? Pueden sustituir el nombre por el pronombre correspondiente. So, if you leave ice in the sun, it melts. Si ustedes se fijan, presente simple en la if clause, presente simple en la main clause, or the result of that one, right? If you stand in the rain, you get wet. That's another example. So, si tú te paras bajo la lluvia, te vas a mojar. That is the zero conditional. The if clause and the result the end, right? Then, if you put water in the freezer, it becomes ice. Si tú pones agua en el freezer, se convertirá en hielo. ¿Ven? Presente simple en la if clause, presente simple en the main clause or in the result. Cause and effect. We can say that, right? Or cause and result. Zero conditionals. So we have seen the order of if clauses. Comma, main clause, which is the conditional plus the condition plus the result. Examples. If you stay in the rain, that is the condition, you get wet. That is the result. You have first the if conditional, then you are going to need a comma here between the two sentences, right? And you're going to have the result of that. A comma is necessary between the two clauses, but result plus if plus conditional. Recuerden, cuando tengamos la if conditional primero, siempre vamos a utilizar una coma antes de la main clause, siempre. Pero también podemos tenerla de esta forma. Primero el resultado plus if plus the conditional. Result plus if plus conditional. También podemos tenerlo de esta forma, el resultado, luego if y la condición. We can also change the order of the sentence and have the main clause, the result, before the if clause, that is the condition. También podemos darle vuelta, invertir las oraciones. En ese caso, como ya la palabra if quedaría al centro, ¿verdad?, de nuestras oraciones, no necesitamos coma. Ya vamos a ver algunos ejemplos. You get wet if you stand in the rain. ¿Vean? Primero comenzamos acá con el resultado. You get wet, right? Vean, luego comenzamos la segunda oración con la if conditional o la if clause en este caso. If you stand in the rain. Te mojarás si te paras en la lluvia. Yes? Entonces, si se fijan en las dos oraciones, están de forma diferente, invertidas, ¿verdad? Y tienen el mismo significado, solo que en uno tenemos la conditional first, the if conditional, or the if conditional, right? And then we have the result. Then we can have the result first, if plus the condition. So we can have that. If you put water in the freezer, ahí tenemos primero la if conditional, por eso utilizamos coma, ¿verdad? En el result or the main clause. So if you put water in the freezer, it becomes ice. Pero como ya dijimos que podemos hacerlo invertir de la forma que el resultado esté primero, ¿verdad? Water becomes ice if you put it in the freezer. También. Primero el resultado, luego the condition o la if conditional, right? And they mean the same, right? If you put water in the freezer, it becomes ice, or water becomes ice if you put it in the freezer. Ambas significan lo mismo, solo tienen que tener cuidado con la estructura, ¿verdad? No olviden la coma si inician con la if clause, ¿verdad? Si no inician con la if clause y inician con el main clause, en este caso, no van a necesitar coma. If I drink coffee at night, it takes me a long time to fall asleep. Or you can say, it takes me a long time to fall asleep if I drink coffee at night. Okay? If and when. We can often use when instead of if, and it has the same meaning. Example, if you keep meal in the fridge, it lasts longer. Or you can say, when you keep milk in the fridge, it lasts longer. So the result is always the same. One thing, a conditional always leads to another as a result. También podemos utilizar went, ¿verdad? En vez de if. Y ambas palabras, pues en este caso son las conditional, ¿verdad? Pueden significar lo mismo. Así que ahí no hay problema si ustedes en algún ejercicio o en algún libro, un ejemplo, encuentran went en vez de if, ¿verdad? Ahí ustedes igual saben que significan exactamente lo mismo. Una es la condicional o la condition y la otra va a ser el resultado, ¿ok? So, if you leave ice in the sun, it melts. When you leave ice in the sun, it melts. ¿Ven? Podemos tener una con if o con went, ¿verdad? Y tenemos el mismo resultado. So guys, I don't know if you have questions. ¿Tienen preguntas o estamos claros con el uso de la zero conditional? Recuerden que presente simple, presente simple. ¿Tienen preguntas, dudas? Is everything clear? That's great, Mr. Jordi. Nice. Questions? Little clearer? Why, Mr. Mario? No questions, Justin. Okay. So let's try to practice a little bit, guys. Let me share that first practice with you, okay? Let's see, here you have it. Okay, that will be. It says, use the conditions and results in the box to complete the phrases below. So we're going to use them. Conditions. You've got a headache. Or you don't wear a crash helmet. I guess this is your condition. You hit it to 100, right? Celsius. I guess that's Celsius. She comes home very late. You leave gates open in the country. You add sugar, right? So, in that case, when you have you get a headache, that is like you have a headache, right? We can say that that's another structure, right? In the result, you get pink, a dog bites, the DVD player comes on, butter melts, it crushes you, and you have more chance of being killed. So we're going to complete the phrases below. Recuerden, cuando ustedes van a utilizar las conditions, cuando inicien las oraciones. El resultado puede ser el final de esa oración o, si están de forma inversa, pueden ser al principio, ¿verdad? Y luego van a tener una condición. ¿Ok? Por ejemplo, water boils if. ¿Qué tenemos? El agua herve si. ¿Sí qué? Vamos a buscar la siguiente parte. We can say if you hit it. Right? So we can write here. Water boils if you hit it to 100 Celsius, right? Oh, I guess I cannot find that one. Okay, Z, I will write that. Right? So, si se fijan, primero teníamos el qué, el resultado, luego la if clause. So, main clause, if clause, right? What about the second one? If you mix red and white, What happened? Si usted combina rojo y blanco, lo condicional, ¿qué va a pasar? ¿Cuál sería el resultado? You get pink. Usted va a obtener rosa, right? So, you get pink, right? So, that would be the answer. Vean, ya utilizamos una en la que necesitábamos la condition y otra en la que necesitábamos the result, el resultado. Okay? So that is what I want you to do, guys. To complete these sentences using the phrases that you have here, right? You're going to have around 5 minutes for you to complete that. And then we're going to check them together and I want you to participate. If you cannot mute your microphone, please write the answer in the chat. Okay? So, work, guys. You're going to have 5 minutes. Remember, if you have questions, just raise your hand and I will help you. Recuerden, el tiempo siempre va a ser presente simple en ambas oraciones, tanto en la if clause como en la main clause. Okay? So, work. Okay, guys, let's check them. Let's see the number 3, which could be that. If you leave it in the sun, which could be the answer for that one? If you leave it in the sun, there you need a result, right?
Butter melts.
Ah, that's great.
Butter melts if you.
Butter melts if you leave it in the sun. Okay, so butter melts if you leave it in the sun. That's okay. What about number 4? There you have take an aspirin. You need a condition. Which could be that one?
You got the health.
If you have, excellent. If you have, right? That's if you have a headache, right? Do you know headache? Dolor de cabeza, right? Take an aspirin. And if you notice here, you have the comma, right? Comma, take an aspirin. Nice. What about this one? If it tastes sweet, you have a condition first. So which could be, Mr. Jordi? If you add sugar, right? Okay, so that will be if you add sugar, right? It tastes sweet. So there you have comma, right? If closed, then comma, and then you're going to have the result. It tastes sweet, right? What about 6? If you go near its food when it's eaten, you have here a condition that is the if clause, so we need a result. Which could be the answer for that? Number 6.
A dog bites.
A dog bites. Yes, Angel. A dog bites if you go near its food when it's eating. Excellent, that's good. What about 7? If you pull a cat's tail, so here you have the conditional, so we need a result. If you pull a cat's tail, which could be the answer that? There, if you pull, a cat's tail.
It is right.
Yes, I heard. It, right, scratches you. You know, scratches, aruñar, that would be. So if you pull a cat's tail, it scratches you. Nice, that's great. Let's see. 8. If you don't wear a seat belt, what will happen there? If you don't wear a seat belt, which could be that one? Yeah? Which could be the answer there? If you don't wear a seat belt. You need a result, right? You have, oh, if the DVD player comes on? No, I don't think so, right? So, you have more chance of being killed. That will be the answer. You have more chance, right, of being killed, right? That would be the answer. So you have more chance of being killed if you don't wear a seatbelt. 9. You can end up brain damage if. Oh, you need a result though. The if clause, sorry, no, the result. Which could be that one. You have here. If you don't wear a crash helmet, she comes home very late, or you add sugar, or you leave gas. A crash helmet. Yes, mister. So if you don't, right? You don't wear a crash. Yeah, a crash helmet. Nice. That's great. Excellent. Now, oh, also, okay. So let's see the other one. If you press the switch, you need a result, and that is the only one that you have here, right? So the DVD player comes on, right? You have DVD player, right? Comes, oh, yeah, comes on. That would be. The DVD player comes on. Nice. Let's see this one. If her folks get very angry. We also have, oh, she comes home very late. You leave gates open in the country. Oh, I already used all of them. So we have 3 options here. Oh, 2, right? She comes home very late. Excellent. If she comes home very late, right? Her folks, do you know folks, right? Maybe her mother, her father, right? Relatives, right? Get very angry. And the last one, farmers get very angry if what? Farmers get very angry if. And you have the only one here. You leave gates open in the country, right? So if you leave gates open in the country, that's good, right? So there you have the answers, guys. Si se fijan, igual, ustedes pueden tener primero la if clause, coma, luego the main clause. O,
yeah.
Yes. Dígame. Who?
No, solo una duda.
Yes, Mr. Osmin.
Ese esa palabra en esa oración de farmers, lo podemos, porque yo sabía que es como agricultor,
Ajá.
pero no sé si se traduce como, o sea, si se puede como poner en la oración como el significado de granjero o agricultor.
Sí, son granjeros. Farmers. Los
Ok.
granjeros se enojan mucho si usted deja las puertas abiertas. Yes, so the farmers, agricultores o granjeros, that's the meaning of that. Granjeros, right? Okay, nice, Mr. Rosmi. I don't know if you have questions. Solo deben de fijarse en la estructura de las oraciones, ¿verdad? Si tienen la if clause primero, luego vamos a utilizar una coma y el resultado, o la main clause. Si tienen la main clause o el resultado primero, luego van a tener la conditional, ¿ok? So, esta es una de las conditionals más fáciles, ¿verdad? Porque solo tenemos presente simple en una, presente simple en la otra. También algo muy importante que deben de fijarse, y bueno, ustedes ya lo saben, cuando es tercera persona necesitamos la S, ¿verdad? Si fuera negativo, igual vamos a utilizar el auxiliar doesn't, ¿ok? Esas mismas reglas se mantienen porque estamos utilizando presente simple en ambas oraciones, ¿ok? So, we're going to continue practicing the zero conditional next class, right? Please don't forget to do the evaluations. After the class, you're going to find the last evaluation of Module 4. Después de la clase ya va a estar ahí en el sitio la última evaluación del módulo 4. Y ahí terminamos con las evaluaciones, no con las clases. Terminamos con las evaluaciones de clase, pues aún tenemos dos semanas aún, 3 semanas todavía de clase. Pero las evaluaciones ya las vamos a terminar, por eso de que a veces hay personas que se atrasan un poquito a la hora de entregarlas, o tienen mucho trabajo, entonces se les da un poquito más de tiempo, pero eso no indica que va a llegar la tercera semana, ya la última del mes, y usted no ha hecho las evaluaciones, ¿verdad? Así que estudie, realice las evaluaciones, y si en algún caso no puede por X motivo, escríbame y dígame, teacher, deme más tiempo, y ahí vamos a resolver, ¿ok? Recuerden que es la última de este módulo y la última de este ciclo. Y ya el 27 de mayo terminamos, jóvenes, este ciclo y nos quedamos esperando ya un mes, de hecho. Y ya en julio comenzamos ya el segundo ciclo de este año, que ya sería el último para ustedes, los que aprueben, ¿verdad? Para ir ya al último nivel, en su caso sería el último intermedio, ¿verdad? Recuerden que ahorita estamos en básico 2, vamos a ir a intermedio y ese sería el último ciclo o nivel para ustedes, ¿verdad? No, Miss Tania, yo creo que están completas hasta el momento. Igual ustedes vayan ahí, lleven la cuenta de cuántas evaluaciones, son 3 en cada módulo, así que no creo que pues con 3 evaluaciones, o no pueden realizar las 3 evaluaciones, si no puede por algún motivo, igual dígame y vemos ahí cómo solucionamos. El hecho es de que debe entregarlas todas, que si usted, como les he dicho 1.000.000 de veces, si usted, por más que esté en clase, pero no realice evaluaciones, no va a aprobar, no vaya a esperar que al final de este ciclo, usted solo, por teacher, yo estuve en clase todas las veces. Ajá, Pero mire, el cuadro de notas está vacío. Nunca realizó una evaluación o solo hizo una en cada módulo. Tampoco va a aprobar. Recuerden que al final se saca el promedio final de los 4 módulos y así que si no tiene notas, se va a quedar. Y el próximo ciclo puede inscribirse de nuevo a este segundo nivel. No hay ningún problema. ¿Ok? So, guys, that's all for today. Have a nice weekend. Take care and bye-bye. See you next class. Bye-bye, goodbye. See you. Take care. Bye-bye, Mr. Gerson. Take care. See you next class, Mr. Mario. Bye-bye, Mr. Osmin. Bye, Miss Tanya. Bye, Thelma. Bye, Mr. Jordi. Take care.